So what were you saying, Justin?
I'm saying I'm so manly that I'm actually not a fruit cake. I'm a vegetable cake.
No, were you getting offended? Was the most conservative guy in the podcast getting offended, like the snowflakes that he says everyone else is?
You gotta try out new hats every now and then, you know. I think I might have to be an Antifa member or something within the next 6 months. I gotta transition.
We wouldn't let you in. I would block it. I would block it.
I'm exactly what y'all need. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said. And if what needs to be said is lynch the police, I'll say it.
We're doing just fine without you, buddy. But the reason I called you a fruitcake was because what happened the other night. Last night I texted you that you were fighting, and let me guess, you didn't tune in.
No.
Would I be okay?
It's
Okay.
very busy. Very busy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. So this, and I was like, yeah, this guy's a fruitcake, and he was fighting, but and then you got all defensive, but here he is.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
God,
remember
it's
him.
Justin.
Right?
It's. I mean, I would say it's not the light skinned guy that I look the most like in the world. But you know,
Compared to
from the
UFC
side,
fighters,
from the side in the dark, I could see it.
compared to UFC fighters, would you say the most look like you guy?
Definitely, probably that. Yeah, probably.
My
But
favorite
he's
thing.
he's just light skinned though, and Loki, we all look alike.
Well, my favorite part about him is this. He has the lipstick tattoo.
The lipstick tattoo.
Yeah, you got to move your little chat box, but look.
Very high tech engineering going on right now. Oh, that's cute. I mean, that's not what I wouldn't get it. It's cute though.
Yeah, right in his collarbone. I thought that was funny.
What's his thing? Like, what's his, like, because you know, all the UFC guys, they all have like a thing that's like their personality that they play up.
Yeah, his nickname is Bruce Leroy.
Oh, I see. The light skinned ninja. I can get behind it.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy. His actual nickname you can see on the Wikipedia page. It's his actual nickname. So yeah,
It's verified.
Yeah, because whatever you see on Wikipedia is true.
Did he win?
No, he lost in a
Damn.
super boring fight and anticlimactic.
Come on, Justin, you gotta step your game up. We told you, man, you gotta work on your ground game.
That's exactly how I would lose a fight too. It would like take too long. I like wouldn't give up, but in like an annoying way where it's like I'm not gonna give up, but I'm also not gonna put enough energy to win. I'm gonna make everyone sit through these 3 rounds because fuck you people.
Yeah, and these were the commentators' words, not mine. Pathetic was the word they used.
No way. They're usually pretty nice. Goddamn.
Yeah. But and like the guy who I was with watching the fights was like, dude, that was just pathetic. And I stood up for you. I want you to know, I stood up for you.
Wow.
And you manifested as a fighter. I stood up for you, and I was like,
I stood up for you.
I stood up for you, and I was I was like, this guy's just like my friend Justin. Like, this kind of reminds me of his run in the NFT space, and he was like, dude, that's pathetic. And I stood up for you, and I was like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Goddamn.
See that was misdirection. You didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I really did see it coming. I almost had to wrap my mind around what you did. There was like listening to like a Eminem rap. It was like, whoa.
We move in
you just
silence.
Switched the flow there.
Yeah, the flow switched up. It's like real G's moving silence like lasagna.
What a great line. That's Gambino now.
That's Lil Wayne.
No, that's Lil Wayne. God, I hope no black people watch this and we get roasted for that.
Yeah, I heard our black audience is through the roofs right now.
Did we talk about, speaking of Lil Wayne, did we talk about the Super Bowl halftime show last time?
No. You're
Did you?
really fucking kind of pissing me off with how fascinated you are with the goddamn halftime show. And
No.
as the person who saw it live, I have the right to my opinion on it, and you gotta stop, dude. It wasn't
Well,
that.
I didn't. I just had a question, right? Because I didn't even watch it. But like Ben Shapiro did like 2 whole podcasts about it. And so
what
I'm
could he
fascinated to hear
possibly
from
say that was negative about it, dude?
right. So and like I said, I didn't see it, right? So I'm like, I don't know. According to him, it was like the wokest Super Bowl ever. And like, was there a sign that said "end racism" in the back of the stage? Like a
I
big
don't
ass.
know. You know why? Because I watch the Super Bowl like every other American, fucking hammered, and I'm not looking to see what the best sign is. I
I
just
guess
want them
it's
to
a fair
get off the
point.
field and play.
Ben Shapiro is probably the only one watching that sober in the world.
That's exactly how a Jewish guy watches sports, unless it's basketball. He's like, can you imagine what the sponsors are raking in here? And it's like, dude, enjoy the
No,
fucking
you know
game.
what? It was actually so awkward, right? Because there was like he'd had one podcast where the title of it, right, was like rappers with rap sheets rap about social justice at the Super Bowl. That was like the title of the thing, and I'm like, ooh, are we? So we're doing the you've been to prison, so shut your black ass up. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
It was it was very out of left field. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck happened at the Super Bowl? I didn't watch it yet. Like I said, I know there was a lot of people. Oh, there was kneeling.
Dude,
Kneeling. That's number one. You can't kneel no more. Conservatives will fucking gut you.
dude, it was the least woke halftime show I've ever seen, except for this moment, which was literally just Eminem being cringe.
Oh, Snoop Dogg wore the bandana onesie. I care more about that. Nice onesie.
Yeah, so this was the meme.
Okay, so was he kneeling for racism or was it?
He said later he was doing it for racism, but it just looked like he was doing a shitty live performance.
Oh,
like
okay, so it was just like a kneel out of nowhere.
It was a mid thing where he wasn't rapping and he was like coming, he was about to rap. He was coming up on a part where he had to rap and he wasn't rapping. So he kind of had some downtime. So he just fucking started kneeling.
Wow, what a hero.
It's not like he bombed the whole show. When it was his turn to rap, he fucking started rapping.
Okay, I feel almost as if like I've been described an elephant and then I just and I thought I knew what an elephant liked and then I just saw an elephant in real life because the only person I've heard talk about it was Ben Shapiro, and his description and your description are so different right now, and that is a great onesie.
I don't think it's a onesie.
That. Oh, it's not a onesie?
It's
just a tracksuit.
It's like a tracksuit.
I would like a onesie version. That'd be nice.
But the reason this is brilliant is because this was the colors of the LA team that was in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. And who all was it? It was like 37 niggas on the stage. This is the latest review of the Super Bowl, I think, that anyone will be posting.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about this, and this is why the show fucking sucks, is because you backed us into this stupid-ass corner.
Well, see, look, I can't...
But we're gonna I'm friends with you, so we're gonna do it together, but god damn it, Justin. But here we go. So I smoked before this. I was supposed to be chill today, but you fucking brought it out of me. I got a hot latte, and I was like Wolf of Wall Street, I got to do another drug to bring me back even.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
So I smoked a J, and now you're fucking pissing me off. But anyway, it was Mary J. Blige. It was really an all-star cast. Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent. It was the mid-2000s came all over this fucking thing. And
was it good?
Yeah, I fucking enjoyed it. Boomers enjoyed it.
Okay.
Young people had no idea what was going on. They were like, who are these strangers that are on the stage and why are they so old? But it was fucking old school. It wasn't mumble rap. my dad is the most conservative Southern guy I know, and he liked it. He was like,
Oh wow.
he was like, he I don't know why, but he didn't like Dr. Dre. He's like, Dr. Dre sucks. He just pretends to play the piano and like rap over it. But he did say this. He was like, Snoop Dogg was there, and Snoop Dogg's pretty cool. So Snoop Dogg
Everybody loves Snoop Dogg.
dude, Snoop Dogg is bulletproof. Literally everyone likes that guy.
He's like the Joe Rogan of rap. You can't cancel him. He's not going nowhere. Everyone's always gonna watch what he puts out.
Yep. He used to talk when he was 18 about like crippin' bitches and stuff. But like my dad is like
Crippin' bitches.
He's like a Baptist man, and he's like, yeah, I fuck with Eminem.
Well, see, look, I can only afford to be a sports fan every now and then, right? So I have to get a lot of my information from you as my sports friend.
I don't know what that means. You can only afford, like, you don't have to pay to be a sports fan. You know what I mean?
Well, it takes time, and time is money. Let's be real. We're all living in an inflated economy. Every second is just worth more and more.
Yeah, but like you're an artist. You can just have it on in the background while you do your job, you know?
But
then you're not really watching it, you know?
You're not gonna watch it anyway, brother. why do you act like it fucking makes a difference? But I forgot to mention the real marquee of the show, the guy who like greenlit all these fucking old people to perform, was Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar, I actually respect as a modern rapper. So I thought it was good.
Wait, did he perform?
Yeah, he was the headliner. And, you know, because it's fucking Kendrick Lamar and he's a nice guy. He's like, I want like old, like really big old rappers to be in it and involved. And they fucking did it. So, I mean, I liked it, but I mean, this was a month ago, a month and a week ago. I mean, I know we haven't recorded in a while.
We can move past this. Yeah, well, yeah, we do keep skipping weeks. We can move past Super Bowl. I was just curious to hear your interpretation on it, to compare it to old Ben's.
I mean, if we're talking about Super Bowls, we can talk about the one last year too, where The Weeknd performed.
I think we talked about really we probably talked about that.
Yeah,
but that was pretty bad.
That one, but at least that was good content. Like we could talk about it on the podcast the next day, like because it was so fucking cringe.
It's true. Yeah, it was eventfully horrible. You know?
And that's the opposite of how I feel about this halftime show. It was like a good performance. I actually watched the halftime show, which I usually don't, and overall good. But
you're right. Very not newsworthy. Nothing bad happened.
No. So
by the way, do you guys think that we have a legal obligation to make this entire podcast about Russia? Because I've noticed that everyone that makes any kind of podcast at all it's Russia all the time, every day. And I get it. It's like going on right now, but like, oh my God.
Sounds like someone's I think it sounds like someone's upset that the jab and the virus isn't headline news this week.
Honestly, that's the one upside. That's genuinely the one upside. Although I'm still hearing about it. You know, I would like it if that went away. I am tired of seeing Putin's face. It's a very angry face. Well, it's very negative.
I haven't really been looking into like the guys in the suits, but I've been all about, I mean, thank God for the internet, because I've been live streaming battles the past 2 weeks. And it's actually way fucking better than fucking watching a live stream of like COVID. Like that's fucking really boring. But how great would that have been though if there were live streams of like COVID wards?
That's
what I think. The point I'm trying to make. I think it would be really boring. I think it would be, it would be a couple young people coughing and then getting better and, not going to the hospital. And then a bunch of old people who the nurses like pour tear gas on their face, like when they're sleeping. And it just wouldn't be that good. But these live streams are really fucking entertaining. It's like,
are they actually? I've been wondering about that because it kind of seems like you would just be staring at nothing happening for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's in between in between engagements. There's a lot of downtime, but there's a lot of stuff still happening. Like like the logistics of war and logistically how everything's being set up, even when they're not engaging. It's really fucking fascinating to me. So, maybe I just need to get laid, but
That might be it. You know what's the most fucked up thing about those live streams? You know somebody in the world, at least one person, is jerking off to those live streams.
I mean, maybe someone's got to think for Ukrainian soldiers. I don't know. It's on them.
yeah, what's your fucking problem with
Yeah.
someone supporting the spread of information? I mean, you're just being
Not
a
the
real
spread of information.
You're
Now,
being a
speaking
real
of the-
ass today.
Am I being a real ass?
Mr.
It is
Freedom, Mr. Freedom can't get over the fact that people jerk off to stuff on their devices. It's like, come on.
No, it is a little like imagine it. I imagine it almost as like a painting, right? A painting about society, which is that's the deepest synopsis ever. But like a painting of a guy in like America, and he's like so disconnected from everything, and he just needs to feel something so badly that he's just jerking off to Russians getting their heads blown off. It's an image.
If that's what he's got to do, that's what he's got to do to, not kill someone. Like, let him fucking do it.
I mean, hey, I guess that is better than shooting up the theater.
But anyway, I found this interesting. I was scrolling on Twitter as I poop, as you do, and I think this is an NFT, guys. You tell me.
It looks like an NFT.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Yeah, Mint is live, but the thing that I saw was this. This was on my feed, and I was like, I don't. That's the thing. That what does that say about me? That this is an ad, but
yeah.
but I'm taking a shit, right? And I'm scrolling in between MMA stuff, and I look at this, and I'm like, that's interesting. This is how I know it's a good ad, because I'm like, that's fucking weird. Let me click on it. So I click on the fucking thing, and it takes me here. And I just realized, like, looking at this is an NFT, right?
Yeah.
You're never going to convince a woman to invest in this stuff.
Yeah.
Because this is the dumbest fucking, this is the new, they're not dolls, they're action figures, I feel. I mean, truly, wait, what skateboarder, one of these guys, stoner, this guy has a monocle. He has monocles and braces. Like, it's getting bad out here, guys. It's getting bad. I just want to know your immediate reactions.
Well, I think the problem is that none of these slots let the woman identify themselves within it. You know what I mean? Because they're meant to represent you. And these are all just dudes.
This is a woman.
Well, look, this one's for the Latin girls.
Yeah, this one feels kind of racist.
It's a little bit Consuela vibes, like Consuela on the Day of the Dead. It's a look. My immediate reaction is that it's not as god awful as the majority of what you see on the market.
This is your classic blonde American girl who gets like a 3-movie deal.
It's Scarlett Johansson.
No, don't talk bad about Scarlett.
No, do you know, are you on a first name basis with Scarlett?
I don't listen. I don't like superhero movies, but don't you fucking talk bad about Scarlett. She's more than just a shitty fucking hero.
Okay, I gotta go back because go back. That was a Game of Thrones. No, up one more. That's Game of Thrones. That coat, that's Jon Snow's coat from Game of Thrones, and I couldn't let that go. I kind of like that one. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, you're gonna buy it?
Would you take out?
How much is this going for?
Would you take out a mortgage for this?
Well,
a
no.
30-year mortgage. Wait, hold on.
Well, no, I have no. I give him $1 so I could use it as like a profile picture, maybe.
Let's see how much it went for. I don't think it's being.
Yeah, you would have to go to. I don't know if these are dropped yet. Reveal is coming out today at 2 p.m.
And this was March 5th. So
you'd have to go to wherever they're selling them through.
They're like $2.
Like $2.
I don't know.
I mean, it's probably so. Like, this is a generative series. I know I've been kind of steeped in this for a little while, so I know how they made this. Like, you have like a base character essentially, and you make a bunch of separate layers in different categories of like you would have a bunch of skin layers, and those would all be different color fur. You would have a bunch of different eye layers. You'd have a bunch of different face decoration, shirt.
Yeah.
So like what you do with this is you end up with like you can very quickly end up with, once you like multiply all the numbers of layers that you've done for each category by each other, you easily can end up with like tens of thousands of versions of this. And so like a lot of them aren't very good, right? Like most of them. But then there's like a small percentage of them that like almost look like you did it on purpose because you just randomly got a few things that look good together. Or they have some kind of like a sentimental fan value that like the community supported around the artist gets into. And so there's just like a small percentage that end up actually making like being worth a lot of money somehow. And then like most of them will just be worth a couple bucks. It's like typically how that goes.
Did you see there's a Bored Ape dating app?
Stop.
What is that? What is that?
The Bored Apes are the fucking NFTs.
There's a dating app for NFTs.
The future's bright.
What? No, hold on. Can you break that one down for me?
It's a.
Let me go full screen here.
Am I showing the right screen?
NFT evening, Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All I saw was this, and it made me crack up.
Yeah, this is real immersion.
I gotta say, it's disappointing. Well, I imagine like a Wii, one of the Wii Sports Hangout sesh looking things. Maybe you get to wear your NFT and like have digital spaghetti.
Well, see, the problem is here, like, I don't think they care about like how does this work? Because I'm assuming like 95% of the people who actually get into NFTs are straight, and there's no women.
Yeah,
joining this.
We got so many women. There's a few.
Yeah,
I would say less than the girl to guy ratio than actual Tinder.
Most certainly.
I just imagine trying to convince a woman to invest in this. Like seriously.
Like, yeah, it's like, hey, Mindy, check out this dating app. First, you need to you need to sell your car and buy this thing, and then you can sign up for the dating app.
Okay, so my question is it for a Tinder for NFT owners, or is it a dating app for the actual NFTs?
That is an amazing question. Integrate crypto with the dating scene. How the fuck does it work?
Can I buy an NFT hooker in Bitcoin?
I think you can on some. I feel like somebody's already set up something like that.
Oh, so it shows basically how long they've held an NFT for and how long they've been in the general NFT sphere.
Is this a business collaborate? Is this like a LinkedIn? What is this?
I have no fucking
clue.
clue.
Wait a minute. Look at the next one. You can also tip potential partners to get their attention. The Coin Digger feature will allow non-Bitcoining holder users.
No, that's not Bitcoin.
That's Bored Ape Yacht Collection.
Okay. It'll non-bake holders to connect with higher net worth individuals for what LADC calls mutual benefit. So the answer to your question, Zach, is yes.
Okay, so at what point do I get to say this? They're setting up a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, this isn't a Ponzi scheme. This is a new platform for prostitution. This is the new.
This is a sugar baby site.
The future of escort services. Truly.
It's virtual escorts, and they just take all your fucking. This is a goddamn Ponzi scheme, and I know it. And I swear, like, remember when I fucking pulled up the hemorrhoid of the week of those black entrepreneurs who were setting up a nonprofit when it was just a giant fucking Ponzi scheme? This is exactly what this is. I'm calling it now, and don't come fucking crying to me when I get to say I fucking told you so on this.
This is all just cover for when Zach goes and buys a digital hooker.
This is cover for when I'm standing in front of a judge. Your Honor, I did not. I was fucking recording a podcast at the time.
It's like, Your Honor, how could I perform a Ponzi scheme when I know what it is and I know it's illegal?
Your Honor, I'm self-aware. I know what I did was wrong. So shouldn't you have a lighter sentence on me?
You would get by with that in court, Zach. Little blonde-haired white boy. They would give it to you.
Speaking of which, I wasn't going to bring this up, but did you guys see Jussie Smollett got a...
Oh, he's going to prison.
He's going to prison, and he pulled a Jeffrey Epstein.
No, he said, oh, first of all, he got a 150-day sentence, and he said, if I die in prison, I didn't do it to myself. I'm not suicidal. It's like, buddy, it's 150 days.
You're gonna be in fucking special treatment fucking quarters, and it's not like fucking you're going to prison. You're going to jail.
Yeah, he's gonna have fucking, like hot coffee every morning.
It's not fucking maximum penitentiary, you know. It's probably some small.
So is that what you meant by he did it Epstein, or did you mean he fucked a kid? That'd be a really weird way.
No. He started telling the court when they gave him his last words. He started telling the court that if anything happens to me, it was not me. Like he thinks.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was gonna say that'd be weird. A weird way to respond to your jail sentence.
I'll give him this, right? He's staying on this fucking hill, and he's decided he's gonna die on it. He is a target of Nazis.
He said that?
No, that's what he's fucking implying, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he's sticking with the story that he got fucking attacked and by
MAGA
boys
guys.
By MAGA boys.
I
saw his
in downtown Chicago in the winter.
Yeah, the whole thing's ludicrous. Did you see though he's got his family out now, like doing speeches about how he should be freed?
Really, it's just 3 months. It's just 3 months. It's 4 months. Like that's like any other black guy would tell him, like that's fucking nothing, dude. Like relax. It's gonna be a nice little vacation.
Awkward too, because like usually when a black guy goes to prison and his family starts calling for that, usually the black community's like, you know, you're right, free my nigga. But like this is nobody fucks with him. Like
it's like homie, you'll be home. Like you'll be home by Christmas, man. Shut the fuck up every time.
Yeah. Well, most people honestly didn't believe him. So like a lot of niggas they think he was lying too. So they're like, I don't know, nigga. I don't think I'm hitting the streets for this one.
Do you think? I feel like there's like some weird white people that just fall for the story and they're like, free Jesse.
There probably are a few. There's always a few.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, guys. I want to show you. I wasn't gonna, but I want to show you this video. This fucking.
I was kind of surprised he got jail time. They usually, apparently, like in that area, you don't get jail time for that.
Well, you know what's funny? He committed 5 felonies. So the fact that he's getting off with 5 months is kind of.
Yikes. Could have just gone to Subway and gone home.
He could have.
Really could have.
He could have gotten
Was
a $5
it worth it?
footlong.
I don't know. You almost feel bad for him because in a way, like I understand that a lot of people are like in such desperate need to do something to get attention that like they'll do anything.
This is my favorite take on it. Give me the thumbs up that you have audio.
Cooked up and developed in your idiot.
Okay, here we go. Let me turn the volume down a little bit.
Idiotic brain so that people would feel bad for you or you would reinvent yourself.
This is a comedian.
or whatever you tried to do. I don't know if you was trying to drop a mixtape. I mean, you did call yourself the gay Tupac, but I smell bullshit from miles away. And the reason is, it's too cold. It was too cold when that happened. Nobody is racist in negative degree weather, right? Nobody's carrying around nooses, right? Nobody's carrying around bleach when it's freezing. Racism is saved from when it's hot. You ever been called a nigga in the snow? I've never been called a nigga in the snow. That's saved for the heat, bro. Every time you see in a movie when somebody's called a nigga, a white person got on overalls, a hat, and a piece of straw in their mouth, and they're red and they're dripping sweat. Nobody is called a nigga in the snow.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I don't know, the hateful eight, huh?
I did think about that. I did think about that. But they didn't call it. But even that, they was only calling each other niggas really if they was not outside, because it's too cold. Except for the beginner.
I don't know. I feel like the lady called him that in the fucking stagecoach.
That was the what? When, like, what date? You're right. She did. What date did that like around, like, what month was the whole Jussie Smollett attack supposedly?
It was like a year and a half ago.
Like, I want to know what season
No,
it was.
It was winter for for It was definitely the dead of winter.
Yeah, it was in Chicago.
It was February 20th, 2019.
Ooh, and it was Chicago.
Yep, downtown Chicago.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that nigga do got a point. It really do. Oh, speaking of, if you're listening to this, Jesse, don't drop the soap. But speaking of people willing to do things,
let's
for
be real.
fame.
Wait. Let's be real. And I'm stealing this joke from the black guy.
Okay.
But Jesse's going into the showers backwards. He's backing into the showers.
That's the only way he'll survive. He's got a tender heart.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You do.
When you're in the clink. Other people who went to jail for fame. I was just listening. I have a couple of names. I was just saw moments before the podcast when I was doing my extensive research for this episode. There's like apparently there's like a roster, right, of TikTok kids that have like murdered somebody supposedly in an attempt to get famous. Oh, dude, for anyone that ever listens to this and to you guys, have you ever seen the show, the YouTube channel? It's like Most Deadly, or like it's like a horror, Most Killed or something. It's like, remember the show 1,000 Ways to Die? It's like that if it was actual, and they've had people who die from taking selfies, people who kill someone and go viral from it. It's pretty fucked up.
In 1,000 Ways to Die.
It's like that style show, but instead of being so ludicrous, it's like more educational, and it's on YouTube.
Well, it's crazy, bro. I was just watching a reel, like an Instagram reel about this, which is a little bit dark. There's like this one girl, Isabella Guzman. You guys feel free to look her up if you want. But this bitch like stabbed her own mother like 70 times. And she still had attitude about it in court. Like, she was in court, like, and this was one of the girls, by the way, because she did it right when she had just turned 18, which was really convenient for the internet, because this was one of the ones where everybody was like, I guess she's like an insane psychopath, but like, she's fine as fuck.
It was one of those?
Yeah, Isabella Guzman.
Okay, now I'm Googling it.
I knew exactly what would get you guys interested.
She is not fine as fuck, guys.
She seems like a cutie.
She looks underage.
Well, she was 18.
She does.
She was 18.
She looks
14.
Are we gonna say it or not? She looks like the help at the Hilton in downtown Orlando. Like, in what
People-
world is she fine? And at
The girls
first I
were
thought it was
thirsty.
at first I thought it was her, and I was like, okay, you really got fake news here.
Well, apparently her doctor testified also, which was fun, that she had schizophrenia. When she murdered her mother, she thought that she was actually a woman named like Mary or some shit that had to die to save the world.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But there's like I said, there's a crop of these kids. There's another one. You guys have probably heard of the one that like ran over the mother and her child. Cameron Coyle Heron. He's a classic. I feel like I know Tim Jones did a bit about him. Coyleherrin. So I guess Heron.
He's got 3 names. That's how you know he's a prick. Which he's
like
a TikTok?
You misspelled it. It's Her. Yeah, that's him. Why do they always look like this? Like
What did he
he looks
do?
like the guy from Ratatouille. What's that guy's name? Like Pastrami or something? Linguini.
No, I don't think his
Linguini
name
looking
was
ass.
He looks like a piece of linguine. He looks like he was cooked al dente.
He does. This one would just like his TikTok was based around his like he would just ride his car around like insanely fast, and like that was most of his videos. And I think he would do like generally he would do shit that was illegal, which is fine. The great content for the kids.
Yeah, my favorite part of when you do something illegal is to record it.
Yeah, that is it, isn't it? Like, isn't that the greatest part? I bet he had it on video when he ran that bitch over and her baby exploded in her arms.
Yeah, I want to see some of his TikToks. They sound kind of cool.
And then if I remember correctly, this one was another one where they were like, he was in court and was very like remorse, like he had no remorse, which is fascinating.
Was this in Tampa?
Oh, fuck.
Shout out.
I think this one was in Florida.
Let's
Welcome to
go.
Florida.
Let's go.
Now let's go. There's another one too that he actually just got arrested a month ago in Florida after getting out of prison for some reason for murdering his neighbors. There's one, Zachary Lathan, who would also similarly, like his TikTok was based around him doing just dumb bullshit, illegal shit. And a lot of it was him revving his car and driving his car around the neighborhood all fast and shit. And there were actually videos that led up to the murder, right? Of him like his neighbors confronting him.
Yeah.
And like him he's like cussing out this white bitch and telling her that she's a Karen. And eventually he fucking stabbed one of them to death. I think it was the dad.
Why is this shit in French?
It's the French channel.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's the Karen. She wasn't even being a Karen. She was right. But sometimes you gotta be a Karen to let niggas know what's up, bro.
And he killed her husband?
I'm pretty sure it was the husband, yeah.
Dude,
like I said, I was watching a Snapchat reel, so not exactly peak reporting going into this segment of the podcast.
I mean, I'm doing all the work.
Found out the video with yeah, he had beef with like the whole family.
Karen's son found out, tried to take me out, but okay. Let's see here. He got the National Guard involved. What's going on? Come on, Justin.
The way you're scrolling through this is literally a video in French, and you're like double deciphering the shitty story that I gave you, and then also deciphering on top of that the French language.
I'm getting my money's worth today. I'll tell you that.
Well, I didn't even look at the specific details because they almost don't even matter because there were so many more. Right. And I only wrote down those 3 names because it's like there's just this rash in the past few years of these TikTok children just murdering people and like being like completely remorseless about it.
Yeah, we're really raising just lizard people, right?
Isn't
They
it?
are.
I think this might be the future, though. People, we're gonna have to get to the point where we like shed our emotions so that we can, become machines. That maybe this might be a step on the way.
I think it's the government trying to breed more lizard people. I think their population's been declining. They put something in our water.
Yeah, I don't, dude. It's funny because it's one of those things that like conservatives, especially, are always saying, right? They're always being like, the internet is gonna take your soul, and everybody's like, "Oh, shut up, boomer." And then it's like sometimes it's like, "Oh, maybe you might have a point."
Well, maybe they never had a soul in the first place. He looks like the kind of kid who would fucking rip the heads off his action figures, you know?
That's true. That could be,
And
you don't know if he would have been crazy without the internet.
And his friends were at the White House with while he was on trial.
Why?
Because they were being briefed on their U.S.'s strategical goals with Ukraine.
What the fuck?
So they had a meeting of around 30 of the top TikTok influencers gathered on a White House Zoom with that ginger, I forget her name.
Jen Psaki.
Yeah, Jen Psaki.
Yeah.
So
the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, that Wicked Witch of the West met up with some brain dead vegetables in LA, and they talked about the U.S.'s strategical goals with Ukraine to prevent the spread of misinformation. So,
do you think they asked them for feedback?
I think they said, "Hey, look, kids, this is what you're gonna say, and this is how much we're gonna pay you."
Yeah, this is weird in from several angles. This is very weird.
And if you want to fluff up Joe while you're doing it, you can get a little tip from that. But in the meantime,
yeah, it said that Bryce Hall went in with the goal of freeing Joe Rogan when he went into negotiations, and it's unclear whether they came to any sort of conclusion on that. But yeah, so the guy who was on trial, his buddies were busy, so they had no comment on his sentencing.
Damn, that sucks. You know what helps what helps against misinformation apart from fucking TikTok?
What?
A live combat map.
So this is what I was talking about earlier. It's called a conflict map, right? It is fucking sick. It's like I keep saying Call of Duty IRL, but it's like much cooler.
Well, it's on the same boat because this is realistically what modern warfare is now. It's because everyone has fucking just upload anything, so do it. Oh, that's awesome.
My battery's running low. Give me
7 servicemen killed. Damn. Can you get pictures of dead Russians on this?
No, I don't think that's what the conflict map is for.
It is kind of weird how in America, this wars are just little video games for us. Like the rest of the world is just boiling in conflict, and we're making cool maps to look at it with. I bet there's a lot of Ukrainians that wish they had a map like this.
Did you see that one thing where a guy from Reddit got a picture from a Ukrainian soldier, and he sent it to Reddit for upvotes, and she's like, "Hey, look, my friends in the Ukrainian army, and they're waiting out in this abandoned gymnasium right now." So the Russians started bombing gymnasiums.
What the fuck?
So they were just
this is exactly. This is what maybe we don't need to know. Maybe we don't need to know.
Yes, the fog of war is a very powerful tool.
Dude, no, this is important. First of all, on this website, they also can confirm the amount of reported vehicles that are destroyed. This is important from, like Nick said, actually misinformation. No one can lie.
Yeah.
Russian media can't lie to us.
Yeah, it's literally all third party. So everyone's just, confirming sources and like, oh, did you see this video? It's like, yeah, where was that?
Yep.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, things are looking hot. Looks like the Soviet plan of surrounding Ukraine is
How's
gonna
Kiev?
happen.
How's Kiev looking?
Not hot, not hot. They're slowly moving in, and they're coming in from the west and the east.
Yeah.
So it's really a matter of time until the city falls.
Yep. They're just not attacking right now. They're just setting up infrastructure to support an assault, an invasion.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've
won't
heard
be
some
pretty.
people say that honestly, it depends on how long. I like to say I don't know if I know this to be true, but I've heard some people say that if the Ukrainians can hold off long enough, then like there's a potential, there's a chance, if it might be slim, but there's a chance that they'll like keep at least part of their country. But like they basically have to hold off long enough that like this whole thing just becomes too much of a liability for Putin, and that he ends up agreeing to like a deal that has less of what he wants than
Think
the
for
deal
it
that
to
he's
be
been offering now. But like they're definitely gonna have to like at least give him a lot of like some big chunks of the eastern part of the Ukraine.
I think for it to be a problem for Putin will be when NATO comes in, because he's barely. Last I checked, a couple of weeks ago, he's barely sent in like the beginning forces, and they've taken this much of Ukraine. Like special forces in the upper tiers haven't even entered yet. Not really.
Well, so the thing is though, he's got his economy's like already fucked because of the sanctions and shit. Like the fucking in like 16 days or something like that, the value of the ruble dropped like 40%.
But here's
Just
the
not.
funny thing: he already spent all the shit on the military when he spent $4 billion on preparing his military for this shit. He doesn't need a current economy; he just needs his current one to last long enough.
Well, so the way I've heard it explained is that like it's not as if he is the only person in Russia that has any power or influence, and that there's a class of oligarchs that he depends on for his influence. And while he may be able to keep his military running and pretty much indefinitely, the fact the economy is crashing, and a lot of like Russian oligarchs are now being added to the sanctions specifically by name, that like if it goes on long enough, the ruling class in Russia, there's a chance that they could be like, all right, like you got to wrap this up right now in a way that doesn't look that bad for us, or like we'll just fucking kill you because this is Russia, bitch.
Wait, what if it's a big brain play? What if Putin sent the grunts into Ukraine and kept the spec ops back in Russia to keep the oligarchs in line?
A Gestapo.
Of sorts, yes.
Yeah, I like that idea. Also, I think because of Russian history, what you're saying, I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true, Justin, but Putin has a window here more than normal, because he basically agreed to let the oligarchs stay when he was coming up into power. And he basically said, listen, you're going to be my bitch. That's why I'm not killing you or expelling you from Russia in the first place, because he did a huge cleanse of the oligarchs, and there's less now, right? So I think he has a little bit of leverage where he, with the secret police, if he has one, and with the political leverage of like, look, I'm the reason that you're still here, he's gonna be able to get away with more than your conventional dictator.
Well, definitely. I think we're seeing that now.
Russia
I don't
asked
know.
China for military equipment.
I mean, it does like there are like at this point there's a lot of mounting pressure pushing back. And, it may not be military, but there's a lot of mounting pressure pushing back against Russia and against Putin right now. Like at some point, if we just can imagine, for argument's sake, that the Ukrainians are just gonna hold out let's say they're going to hold out for a year. They can hold out for a year. At some point, this is going to become a problem for like Putin to keep this up. At which point he can just nuke them. So that might not even necessarily be a saving grace. You think about it that way. Because I doubt any of us are responding with nukes if he nukes them.
This is the
Us
biggest
being like the
shit I've
West.
seen in ages. Holy shit. Look at all this right here. And then just a little bit, it's like, hey, the IFM just says, hey, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
stopped
yeah.
that. The Pope
That's
was like,
been
we
a
gotta
lot. There's been a lot of countries that's their they've just been saying like that's not good over there what they're doing.
Yeah,
So
there was
y'all
one
know.
like it was only a couple weeks ago, and was in France. Macron was like, "They're like Nazis." It's like, okay, are you gonna move in, or are you just gonna sit there and call them Nazis?
Well, one interesting question too that I don't remember. I think honestly it might have been Ben Shapiro
No,
that
let's
posed
see.
it.
Let's see what Washington D.C. said real quick.
Who? Oh, DC.
Washington D.C.
They said they're facing significant Ukrainian resistance that is impeding their progress, and will continue to provide military support to Ukraine. I mean, it's not crying, which is a little better, but
Well, it's the Pentagon.
We're not really giving that
Yeah.
much though. We could be giving them a lot more. But
I think we're doing a lot on the intelligence side. I think we're lending.
Definitely.
I think we're lending CIA assets.
Did you see Elon Musk gave them all free internet? He gave all of Ukraine free internet.
how does he do that?
Because remember when he put those thousands of like Starlink satellites up? Those are for internet. So
Oh.
he can literally just apportion a certain amount of satellites to orbit, to give a certain area service. Which is that's pretty fucking badass, I gotta say. I'd suck his cock for that. That's kind of hot. He's like, I'm just gonna give this country free internet because fuck you, Russia. That's pretty cool. Oh, but as of one interesting question though, that I think I might have heard it from Shapiro that did make me wonder if Russia's willing to do this indefinitely. Is the West, meaning like the EU and NATO countries, are they willing to box Russia out of the Western economy indefinitely? Which most would say no. Many people say no. But it is interesting because like if because at this point, who knows what Putin's going to do? If he does something and escalates in a way that kind of forces the rest of the world to pretty much cut him off indefinitely, like what would that turn like the geopolitical map into? Because like, a lot of people would say that Russia's only doing this in the first place because NATO's been kind of creeping up to his front door for the past like 20, 30 years. And so like, if that was enough to push him to do this, then if he gets totally boxed out of half the world's economy, then like what would that potentially push him to do, or the rest of Russia?
I don't think it will, because if they succeed, I think you could make an argument on the Russian side that with if they, let's say they get all of present day Ukraine, like let's just say that total victory, they get everything, they get all of Ukraine, that's going to give them even more oil and natural gas reserves, which would make them even more necessary for the world economy to operate. And
not to mention a fuck ton of grain production.
Yeah, I think it would solidify the interdependence of the rest of the world to Russia. So it would be bullying, but it would be even more so important that it is a part of the world economy. And this is what globalism, this is one of the cons of globalism, which is, yes, the overall world economy is more stable, but it's also more dependent on each other. So, I mean,
yeah, that's definitely revealed itself as a problem with this whole thing. Like Germany, I think like the president or prime minister of Germany came out and said that because they stopped taking Russian oil a little while ago, and she came out and she was like, "Yeah, we're only gonna be able to keep this up for like a couple weeks. You also want to be driving, shit."
Speaking of which, Zach, how much is gas up there?
like I go to Costco, so it's a little bit
only
cheaper.
half of your left testicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's It's probably $4 a gallon. Probably cost me like 50, $60 to fill up.
It's not bad. I would have thought
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be
not-
higher for
yeah.
the city.
I mean, if I don't go to Costco, it's it's going to be creeping into 420, 440 range. It's not good. It's definitely not good. What about old Florida? I'm guessing at least in West Palm it's around the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Which
it's like
is-
$8-9 some places in California.
Yeah, it's $8.
Jesus.
Yeah, if it breaks 5 down here, I think we should put our boots on the ground.
I mean, shit. A lot of Americans would vote for it if you gave them the chance. You know, this whole thing has made me think, right? Because I've been listening to a lot of the Hardcore History podcast. We talked a little bit about that last week, Zach. And like,
You also compared the Ukrainian resistance to Russia like Braveheart. So I just want it on the record that you covered both bases last week.
well, this is a different base, right? But that is where I got it from. You gotta cite your sources. But like basically whatever, like it's at the end of the Second World War, America did the whole, hey, we have a nuke thing and fuck Japan up. There was a period of time, right, where like America was the only country in the world that had nuclear weapons. Like a period of like 15, 20 years. And apparently there was a lot of there were actually a lot of mainly generals and shit advising the presidents at the time that were like pushing for like what were called like nuclear blitzkrieg strategies, where they would just take a bunch of fucking nukes and just completely flatten other countries. And Russia was obviously, because Cold War was kind of starting at this point, like Russia was definitely the biggest contender on the list. Usually when the generals were giving here's the list of countries that I would fucking destroy. So there was a point in American history, right, where we had the ability to, and there was a lot of sentiment within the country that would have wanted us to completely destroy Russia. Right. And I can't, it's one of those interesting things about history where you like try to figure out like what would today look like if that had happened instead of this. Like if we had completely just decimated Russia at that point in time, would all of this have been avoided today?
I mean, obviously, yes, because Russia is directly involved in this, but the ramifications would just be so like we would have this we may have wished for this based on the ramifications of what that happens because of that. So there's no way to know.
Yeah, it'd be rough to have like a giant irradiated crater for Northern Asia, but
That'd be weird. You got to go up there to get the oil too, so they'd be in the way, all the radiation.
Yeah, it'd be a little rough.
I mean, I don't know. It's fascinating because there were like people in positions of influence that were trying to get presidents to sign off on this shit. Like this was like, there was a point in time that like this was like a possibility.
How cool would it be if Alaska was just all of Russia connected to North America?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Alaska's the bridge.
Yeah, Alaska is the land bridge, but that's just now the northwestern tip of Alaska, northeastern in our hemisphere, but like it also touches fucking Asia and Europe and the Middle East.
I mean, if Russia had the land bridge, there's a good chance Canada would be Russia.
No, I think that'd still be Canada.
No, because you got to get through Alaska, bitch.
Yeah, and that's us.
How are you gonna do that? Yeah.
I'm assuming Alaska would be Russian.
We're the guy at the bar who's like, "Where do you think you're going, bud?"
Yeah, I'm assuming Alaska would be Russian because if the land bridge was still there, we would have had to fight the Russians to get Alaska. We ain't doing that.
No, we would have did what we did last time. We fucking convinced them that it was a good business deal, and we fucking swindle them.
Yeah, and if they want to get into Canada, we kind of just like, hey, where's your ID?
Yeah, where's your ID, punk?
There was another potential thing that I thought of related to the nukes as well, which was that during that period of time, it wasn't just Russia. America could have just like conquered the world at that point in time. I mean, if you're the only nigga that's got nukes, you're the only person that's got the ace of spades, or what is it? What's the poker term for the perfect hand?
Full house.
Yeah, or the full house. You're the only nigga that has the full house. You know, you could like, what country could the United States have not walked into? And just been like, this is the 50th, this is the 51st state now. Like, we could have walked into the UK and just been like, this is the 51st United States. And do you have a problem with it? Because we will just flatten London. Like, if we had a leader at the time that was like imagine if we had like Attila the Hun, like the modern equivalent of Attila the Hun or Julius Caesar leading America at the time.
Why would we turn on the people who helped us secure Europe?
This sounds like
that's exactly how the Cold War started.
This gives the last Republican president vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sounds a lot like the sketch.
I mean, it's a good thing, really, probably that it didn't happen that way. Like, America America showed that it's better than a lot of other powers have been historically. Because like, I couldn't imagine like if Attila the Hun, to go back to that example, had a nuke. If you handed him a nuke, I don't think he would have hesitated to use that bitch. But like, I don't know, like the right person in power could have come to the conclusion that like maybe the world will be more peaceful if it's all America. And they might have been able to do it because of the whole nuclear advantage. I don't know. It's a fun idea to be. It would make a good book.
A good comic, some might say.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say, dude. You wish the USA... You wish we were like the Nazis, and we would.
I do have a slight patriotic boner for that idea. I'm not even gonna lie. Just slight, like a little, like it's bad. So no, but like
just pure interventionism.
Yeah, I really want to see a Disney World.
It's like when you jerk off to porn, but they're doing stuff in the porn that you would never do in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't, but if like my search history gets out, I would. You know. So
I mean, it also leads to another interesting question, which is: would it be possible in the modern era to have a country that is just the whole world and to keep it together?
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Could definitely think of a few reasons why you wouldn't want that from a humanitarian standpoint, but
okay, that was a thrilling segment there, Justin. But now it's time for my segment, the one where we go through my Twitter likes and we just talk about them.
Okay, I love this section.
Yeah, so it's March Madness, meaning there's a huge tournament in college basketball. And this team won, I guess. It was exciting, and they rushed the court. And you guys tell me if you see what the tweet's referring to. Did you see it?
No.
The guy in the wheelchair?
A guy in an electric wheelchair storming the court.
So I like your alliteration there, storming the court.
Isn't alliterations usually with the same sound?
They are, but we let them get away with it sometimes. It makes them feel smart.
Okay.
Listen, you should know at this point that on this podcast, if I can't think of the word, I'm just gonna pick a word. Because a word's got to come out. God damn it! We're performing here.
So this is if anyone watches Tim Dillon. This is him announcing he's got his tour is going to Chicago, and this is just good old fun.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage on big stink. Niggas don't think shit stink. Big gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn.
Why she dance like an old white lady?
Papa been school since days are under rules. never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who do something to us. Talk, go through us.
So you get it,
Yeah.
Lori.
He had another one where it was like a video of like Mao or something, but he like talking in Japanese, like giving a speech, and he put like "Come to the Tim Dillon Show," and
this guy, if this happens and you're a cop, I'm not for a defund the police guy, but you got to let this guy go.
God damn.
Oh, he just got back into his car.
Start tasing him.
Oh, he is so lucky he ain't got shot by now. They had many opportunities to do something about that. I gotta say,
you just gotta let the guy go at that point.
Yeah.
He won.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we don't like tasers.
This is why we shoot our criminals on site before asking questions.
Yes.
And
because
I guess
tasers don't work.
And Anthony Fauci passed a thing that killed 30% of people that took it. That's the last thing.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's
what is that? Is that like recent?
Yeah, it's the only approved,
good Lord.
It's the only CDC approved medical drug to treat COVID-19. And people are giving, the horse dewormer. They're saying only Nazis take it, when the one that got cleared, the only one that got cleared is killed a 30%.
Well, so I wonder what I'm wondering like if that percentage of people that died that they're giving there, like what is that higher than the percentage of people in that age range that would have died anyway? Because like if it was already around that number, then it's like, okay, well then the medicine just didn't help anything. But it's not as if it did anything, it made it worse. But I don't know what that number is. So I don't know.
Well,
I have a feeling it's lower than that, in which case, ouch.
I mean, I would believe it because he's also killed puppies for no reason,
Don't forget all the gay people.
And the gays.
I feel like a few blacks. I feel like he's wrapped up a few blacks. I can't prove it, but
yeah.
Well, that's good to know that Fauci's, even though he's not in the news right now, he's still on his reign of terror. We all love that.
Why isn't the news covering this?
Yeah, can I say genuinely the lack of new anything, and I know this is the most original thought, which is ironic, but the lack of new anything on the internet is just baffling. It's like everything is for the past 2 years. I was reflecting over it earlier today. Everything for the past 2 years has been the same 5 things. It's either fucking COVID, critical race theory, fucking trans people, fucking immigration pops up in there.
Well, expect that to change soon, because I'm assuming most of those stories were perpetuated by Russian insiders. So,
well, now it's Russia, and everybody is running stories on Russia to try to make a buck, and it's like, well, I don't know. It's why are we obsessed with the most annoying fucking topics? As a society, the things we focus on are so benign most of the time. The Russian thing's not really benign, but the rest of it's fucking benign.
Yeah. I mean, it just switches. It switches every week. It used to be Black Lives Matter. That it was, trans people getting attacked, and that comedians, not trans people, trans comedians being misrepresented, and then it was what was it it was the truckers, and then they got,
which that was a branch of COVID.
They got a week or 2 weeks, and then I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that all like it's like it's we're cycling through all the same dumb bullshit that we continue to cycle through.
Which is why
Nothing's
you
good.
should fucking listen to my recommendations, bro. Why fucking watch UFC and fucking watch The Audition. And you said you were gonna fucking watch The Audition and you didn't. And you're a
Yeah.
fucking scumbag.
I'm going to.
Justin, we're a privileged country with privileged bitches. So I think you should start living it up and just, bitch about reality TV like the rest of us.
God, I mean, you almost make me thankful that reality TV is not important enough to be on the news anymore. Because I feel like for a while that was all everyone was talking about.
No. Kim was in the news this week because she told, she said I have advice for any women who want to make it in business. Get the fuck up and start working, bitch. That was like, I mean, it was a paraphrase, but it was basically what she said.
Yeah, she was
and then that's another thing. It's like you hear how many times, right? Do we have to listen to some rich cunt tell us to get off our ass?
No, I kind of agree with her. I get
it. I agree too.
I stand with Kim on this one, actually.
Well, it's just ironic because she didn't,
Yeah, like that's I mean, I agree with the message at its core, I guess, but like it's also like
no, listen, okay. I know she sucked. By the way, the guy she sucked off to get
which is work. That's work. Sex work is work.
No. The guy that's not guys. This is somber. The guy she sucked off to become famous died like a week or two ago.
Ray J?
No, not Ray J. Fucking, you're right. She sucked off Ray J. I was thinking of Reggie Bush, but she did suck off Reggie Bush. But
I was about to say, well, we all knew Ray J was going sometime soon.
No, Reggie Bush used to be an NFL player. Guy was in great shape, was super young, handsome. A young man died too young. I'll show you here.
Was it COVID?
I don't know.
Was boy. It brain aneurysms?
No, I don't think so. Let me see.
A car crash, perhaps?
Here's what he looks like.
It would be an ironic twist if it was his wife.
He was young. Holy shit.
He's a young guy. He's a fucking...
Pictures aren't giving us the cause of death, though.
No, I'm getting the point across that it was a fucking tragedy that this guy died.
Was it the Kardashian coochie curse?
Oh, it was a hoax? This is good.
Oh, it looks like a hoax.
Hopefully. Hopefully I uncover fake news.
Zach's just bringing misinformation to the podcast unbeknownst.
We're journalists now.
There was another hoax where some guy that worked for like Live Leak or something not too long ago claimed that the Queen of England died. And like it went viral a little bit. And then like the crown or whatever the fuck they're called, the royal whatever the fuck, had to put out a statement being like, no, like our girl's still hanging around.
Well, we can dream, can't we?
Give me the thumbs up. You guys can hear it.
For women in business, get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. No toxic work environments. People that want to work have a good work environment, put in the work, show up and do the work. I have the best advice for women in business.
I don't think you can say that when you're literally not even in work attire.
Like nobody wants.
It's the opposite of work attire, even.
Let me stand up for Kim Kardashian, and this is how sick we are. Is that I've come to this, and I'm standing up for this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an odd character twist for you, Zach.
You cannot tell me this bitch doesn't work hard.
You're right.
You can't tell me she doesn't wake up at 7 a.m. and goes to bed at fucking 10 o'clock at night. She works till 7 p.m. Like, you can't tell me this bitch doesn't work hard. She's a fucking billionaire, soulless like witch. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying she doesn't work. I'm just saying her work isn't the same as other people's work.
Yes, okay. I'll give you that. But
therefore,
she does hustle.
but her statement to say just go out and work doesn't mean the same for other people. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, sure, I would love to spend 10 to 12 hours of my day at a desk, or I'm going to a coal mine, you know?
Well, this is it's not her fault that it gets interpreted that way. It's like the same reason fucking Gary V, Gary V says the same shit. He fucking says basically just work hard. And people take that as like, this guy is some sort of guru where he's just saying something simple that is also true,
Well, okay, Zach, I want you to give me your argument while not staring at her cleavage every 2 seconds.
Let me close the window. Tim, if you can hear me, I'm desperate and I would like to suck on the mud that you walked on. I would.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
In other news,
I mean, my thing is you keep hearing people repeat "go work hard," and like at this point, if all people needed to hear was "go work hard" in order to get their lives together, then everybody would have their lives together because everybody's heard some jackass tell them to work hard.
Well, that's not true because not everyone works hard.
Yeah, because I think just saying work hard doesn't work for everybody. Like it's true, you got to work hard, but like it's a little bit vague for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
No. That's a misconception that people should have to perform actions for you. Like yes, anything's easier said than done, but it's not their job to fucking do your job for you. It's up to you to have an application to the words of wisdom.
Yeah, no, it's just there's no nuance to the statement. Go work hard. You know what I mean?
Because she's the most mainstream fucking person you can talk about.
I'm not even talking about just her. Like it's like everybody that has a platform feels the need to tell their followers how to like be happy and like how to get their lives together. And it's like I feel like I'm constantly hearing some people say something like that. And most of the time it's not anything fleshed out enough to actually be useful.
Well, have you listened to Joe Rogan recently?
I wasn't even gonna call him out, but he be low-key, he be doing that sometimes too. Okay, low-key.
But what do you want from these people? I mean, they don't. What she said was true, right? Like working hard.
I mean, it's also like being like work hard is cheap, but like there's some people that'll tell you to work hard, but they'll also like go out of their way to put things together to like show people exactly how they did their specific career, which is a lot more useful.
Dude, okay. I'm gonna show you a video, one of my favorite videos, and you tell me if you can use anything this guy did in this video to when you're talking about your life as an entrepreneur. So here we go.
Do not spend earned income. What you do is you invest it and use it in a second business and or real property. So let's say I take 200 million, you're still going to have your $400,000 go to agents and managers. You got $1.6 million. I want you to invest as much of that $1.6 million into real property. Real property will buy you about $4.8 million. That $4.8 million.
What the fuck? This nigga is just throwing numbers at the board.
$4 million.
But he's giving you more detail, so this is obviously
but see,
more
that's
helpful.
not even that's not even an example at all. He started with a number too high. If you're dealing with numbers that high, you probably don't need to be watching this video.
But that's true. I think that's true about anytime you ask for advice. When people ask for advice, they're looking for an accomplice. If someone's gonna work hard, they don't need to be fucking told to work hard. If someone's not gonna work hard, telling them to work hard isn't gonna make a difference. That's what I'm trying to say. Is people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and they don't truly. When they're searching for these people who they don't know for advice, these public figures, they're not looking to use advice. They're looking to like someone to validate what they're thinking.
Maybe you're right. I'm like misjudging. I'm misunderstanding the audience for this kind of a video.
I mean, if I write 5 million and then I draw an arrow and it says 10 million, and then I draw an arrow here and it says 25 million, I mean, it's pretty easy when you think about it.
Yeah, no, and I don't know that the issue, a lot of people, I don't know that the main issue is that people are not working hard as well. I feel like that's a big assumption that we have, that like everybody that ain't got their shit together probably ain't working hard. It's like, I don't know about that.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot
A
of
lot of
people
people definitely.
You should go people watching and see, like, does this person work hard? And then just look at how they walk and talk.
You
and just be
can't
like, yeah,
see
he
it.
doesn't work
Yeah,
hard.
you can't see it. But you know, it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of people that work hard and don't get anywhere because they just picked the wrong thing to work hard on.
But again, it's not a catch-all statement. It's just good general. It's just a truth. It's like saying,
Yeah,
it's like
I mean, yeah, you're right. But it's exactly, that's what I mean. That's what it feels like. It feels like an empty positive thing that like everyone is always saying, but it's like empty at the end of the day.
It's not empty.
It's like when some fuck goes like, I stand with Ukraine. Like, okay, but you're not over there holding a gun, so you don't.
But that's the difference, right? If someone says, "Hey, work hard," and they actually work hard, you know, they get to fucking say that. It's not.
I mean, yeah, sure, that's fair.
It's not. It's not like it doesn't have any merit. Like, if you, generally speaking, if you're working hard, you're gonna you're gonna reap more benefits from that work. So, I mean, it's not a catch-all. No one's saying it's gonna fucking, like, it's the secret pill, but it's not bad advice either. I mean, even though it's a fucking, it's the people, like I said earlier, it's people wanting it to be more than it is.
I think my point is that it's not advice. I think that might be my only point. I don't even know what my point is. It was really fun trying to like getting you to defend Kim Kardashian though for like 10 minutes now.
You're trying to derail my segments because you didn't prepare today. So you're like, let me just kamikaze crash everything Zach brings up.
Yeah.
That'll waste the time
I'm
that I was going to talk.
This is improv, I think. I don't know.
Well, is there anything you want to cover, Nick? I'm ready to give my show.
Let's get into the hemorrhoid.
Oh shit, I forgot to bring a hemorrhoid.
Okay, so like the rest of this episode, I'll start and I'll do the heavy lifting. This guy is actually I kind of think he's cool. And I found out about him this week listening to another podcast. Shout out to Mango Bay. And basically what this podcast is we all just listen to our own podcasts and then bite off it, except for Nick, who's like actually original. But this guy's name is Veerapan. And as you might be able to guess, he's from India. And yeah, let me give you.
What is that? Why is he holding an FAL?
He's holding it by the barrel too, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, but why?
So
not a great way to be holding it if you have to use it, but
I think this guy's pretty confident in his fucking skills because he was a political target of India for like 40 years. And the Indian government spent like $25 million and built a special task force to try to kill this guy. He was.
I honestly thought he was going to be a porn star.
He was. This is the thing about Indian gangsters is they fucking look like Holocaust victims, like they're skinny and shit. But his wife married him for his like mustache, I guess, and he was an ivory and sandalwood poacher, and he stole over like $20 million worth of ivory, and he's killed close to 1,000 Indian government officials.
God damn.
Yeah, and the guys had like 10 or 20 movies made about him. And you know it's bad when Wikipedia has a spreadsheet of like your killings and crimes. It's an Excel spreadsheet, and his first crime, he was born in 1952, and his first crime is when he's 10, and he guns down he steals ivory from like another poacher. and
Holy
he kills him with his uncle. Yeah.
I can see why movies have been made about him. This is already good shit.
Yeah, so he's born in India somewhere. He was married for his notoriety and his mustache. Let's see here. He ended up kidnapping and holding political officials for ransom multiple times.
That's fun.
And it's believed that he was paid under the table because some of them would get released, and it was reported that he didn't get paid. His first murder was 17.
His first one was 10. Didn't you say his first one was 10?
Yeah, let me go back to the spreadsheet. It says he gunned down a Tusker with the help of his mentor.
Okay, so gunned down doesn't mean killed. It's just like he shot at him and maybe he lived.
Yeah, okay.
Or maybe the mentor was the one that got him.
So when he's 18, he joins a gang of poachers. First kill at 17. Let's see. Kidnapped many people. He kidnapped a huge actress, and a group of Bollywood actors. This guy's fucking cool. Let's see.
See, now what if this guy had been the president of the United States in 1943?
I think the country would be in ruins.
or okay, we'd be living in the United World of America. What would it be called? The United Global States of America. I'd vote just for the stash, honestly.
It would be the United, provinces of Virapan. Yeah,
the United Virapan.
He's got a movie.
Federation.
He's got many movies, dude.
He does look like a porn star though with the stash. I really do gotta say.
The thing about the thing that I realized about the United States is India has over 1 billion people. Do they have 2 billion?
And they got a lot of niggas.
Yeah, and they have like 5 states, like 10 states max. Like, why do we have fucking 50 states? You know, I don't know.
That you can move whenever one does something you don't like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 1.38 billion in India, and for reference, the United States is 329.5 million.
Yeah, so when the reason he got away for so long, he was on the run for like 30 years, was because of the political instability from state to state, so he could just run to the other state and they wouldn't catch him. But yeah, he killed like hundreds of people. He killed thousands of elephants. He's just this is what Indian gangsters look like. I just found it fascinating that they look the opposite
of like kind of fascinating
Western gangsters.
It definitely doesn't look like what Westerners would portray an Indian gangster to look like.
Yeah.
At all.
But I think he looks kind of cool. He kind of looks like he's going to die at any second.
I want his rifle just because it's old British surplus, but that's whatever.
Well,
somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
Somebody that you can really base your value structure on.
Yeah. So who else do we have?
All right. I'll do mine while Justin comes up with his. So
I have a positive one this week. What is it called when it's positive?
I don't fucking remember, but
I don't remember either.
You son of a bitch. So
I'm trying to fill the silence.
My hemorrhoid is this guy.
Dude, I love this guy.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
I'm on Nick's team already.
Dude, because I look at every single one of these drinks and I can't drink any of them. There's so much shit in there that you're just like, oh, I don't like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, what does this have fucking airhead strips coming out of it? You know?
It's if you like to entertain and you want to have like a wow factor at your party.
I would be like, wow, my cup is so sticky.
No, but
could you put this in a cup that's not sticky?
Zach, you know how much, like, look at all that fucking liquor that he puts in here.
You think it would kill a man?
Yeah. Whoops.
He does put a lot. It's because he's Jamaican, dude. Jamaican guys always they fucking know how to drink. He puts a lot. He puts a lot.
He puts
Justin.
so fucking
He
much.
puts a lot. He puts a lot.
Right, so we've got some ice cubes.
I love his idea with the ice cubes. It's
Oh
brilliant.
my god.
Yeah, the little LED ice cubes.
No, fuck that. He taught me to put booze in the ice cube
Oh
tray,
fuck.
and you get boozy ice cubes.
I mean, at this point, I don't even think it's just so on brand. You know, just put booze in it. An insane amount of booze. All right, let's skip past the ice cubes.
This isn't the right one to demonstrate the amount of booze.
You're right.
Nick
'Cause
does
this
have a
is-
point though. Who's making this and like just handing one of those to like your guests at your house party?
I could see it. I could not every fucking weekend, but like a special occasion, and you want to be like, you want to really put your nuts on the table.
Maybe a wedding. But I have to say, and I could just be like an old fogey. I can't with the fucking like drinks that have all these whistles and bells and whistles. Just give me liquor in a fucking cup, please. Like who the fuck? If I want candy,
you are.
I'll go to like an ice cream shop if I want this.
Have you ever had fucking spiked coffee?
Yeah, that's
It's
good. See,
fucking things
I
that
can
are
take that.
spiked are great.
That's
That's
great. That's
everything's spiked.
simple. It's drinkable. You know, it's not gonna fucking rip your stomach in half because there's a million different kinds of liquor in it. Like that, I can do. And I know I sound like a 50-year-old. I know that.
Yeah, you know the saying of like, don't mix your liquor. Well, this guy just legitimately doesn't listen to that.
I love this guy.
Oh my god, this guy.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Look at this
Look at
shit.
this. Look at this. Look at this.
it, dude. You're not drinking that.
And sugar. And also, sugar gives you a hangover. What the fuck is it? You gonna kill somebody with this shit?
No, this is legitimately. Could be a crime. What this
like
one.
it should be genuinely like to serve this to your
Look
guests.
how fucking awesome that is, though. He's putting fruits in it, candy and fruits. This is awesome. Sour Patch Kids. Oh, I would love this. Look at this. Imagine a tailgate that had this. This would be the fucking best tailgate ever.
You would say, dude, no, because a tailgate's outside. You're in the fucking summer heat on dry ass.
Yeah, that's awful.
And you're trying to chug this for fucking sustenance. You're like, it just dries my mouth.
I'm not doing it for sustenance. I'm not doing it for sustenance. Look at this. This is an
bags
actual
in there.
Yeah, this is a heart attack. This is awesome.
This
Dude, I love Jamaicans, bro. They really don't give a fuck. Look at this.
Just chuck it in.
He's and the Pink Whitney. Whole bottle of Pink Whitney.
Of course, why not? Why wouldn't it be?
Yep.
Oh, yep, and you got to get that for the smooth pour. Oh, but the tub's not nearly full enough, so of course we have more.
We're gonna put some vodka. Yep, we're gonna put 3 liters of vodka and Hawaiian punch.
This is like something a communist dictator would show his people to be like, do you see the decadence of the West? Do you see how much they keep from us?
That's a good vortex, though. That is a good vortex.
That was
a good one. Also, conversely, something a KKK leader would show his followers to be like, you see what's wrong with these monkeys? This is what's wrong with them.
They drink liquor like it's nothing.
Seagram's is not meant to be mixed with nothing. And see, that's another thing. I know some of this drink tastes like ass. This tastes like ass. You can't tell me this don't taste like ass. Nigga just pour a bunch of Sprite.
Dude, I trust this guy. I trust this guy.
No, this shit tastes like straight, fruity ass. Like a Keebler Elf's brown eye.
Dude, just a shot of this would be great.
I mean,
just a shot, but look, he made enough to kill 3 full-grown elephants. You need to drink more than a shot if you're not gonna waste it.
It's for a big ass party.
Dude, imagine how fucked up one of those Sour Patch Kids could get you.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Imagine eating 2 Sour Patch Kids and you're blacked out. Oh my god!
Oh fuck.
And then he's gonna put into a Gatorade thing, I think.
Yeah. No,
but
I think this one he leaves in the tub.
dude,
But
that's
yeah,
awesome.
he's my
I-
hemorrhoid because no one is drinking that.
Like
Dude,
genuinely.
He did one where he took an iced coffee. It's called the McDonald's one. It's called the McDonald's, like, I forget. He gets an iced coffee, like an iced mocha coffee, and he gets a soft serve, and he takes out like half the coffee, puts liquor, then puts the soft serve in it, and it actually is like a boozy milkshake, like a coffee milkshake. It's what's spiked. That's fucking sick.
I mean, yeah, but at that point you're just putting booze in a McDonald's drink, That's just depressing.
But he makes it whimsical.
This is like he's like the equivalent of those people that just like throw like a bunch of cleaning products into a toilet. Have you seen those videos where they just keep piling on cleaning products?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me because
It's
the
like,
bowl
but it's
doesn't get
equally as
any-
pointless.
No, that's different, dude.
It is.
We're talking about people getting drunk here.
No, he makes drinks like high people make pizza. You know what I mean?
Yes, he does. He's Jamaican, dude. Cut him some slack.
Nick, is Zach winning you over to his argument?
No, I listen. I hate this guy because nothing he will make I can possibly drink. But
well, that's I mean, you're
Yeah,
you're a little pussy.
But as an entertainer, I will give him props because it's fun to watch. No one's drinking it, and I hate him that he's like putting into the people's heads like, yeah, you can drink this. Try making it yourself. Like, no, don't.
Like 100%, if somebody handed me that at a house party, then I would give them the dirtiest, blackest look, like the shadiest side eye of my life. Like, nigga, what? Did you just hand me a big ass wine goblet that's got like melted gummies around the edge?
How old am I? 5?
And like lollipops in it? What are we doing?
What about this? What if I just gave you a Sour Patch Kid and I was like, yo, it tastes like vodka. And I just gave you fucking Sour Patch vodka.
Well, see, that one, that's like gummies. It's like
Yeah,
edibles,
you're giving me a product at that point.
Yeah, you're giving.
That's whatever he put, whatever was in that fucking bin. That's not a product.
I'm gonna
That's a
try
nightmare.
one of his one day, I swear. And I'm gonna give you a review.
Yeah, dude. Like, next time you gotta make one of those party ones, like something like the tub, where you just make a shit ton.
Make mason jars and send them to everyone so that we can all try together.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to ship like sealed drinks like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you put it in a box with some like t-shirts.
I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna do it. I think he's charismatic. But what did you come up with, Justin? Let me guess.
Oh, go ahead, guess.
No, go. I want to see. I'm gonna sit back and let you sweat this one out.
Well, I was just gonna say, and I'll keep it quick because I know that you don't watch anime, Zach, and you don't watch the same anime that I do, Dick. But Demon Slayer just finished its first season.
No, it did not.
Or not first season, third season. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, if you're counting Mugen Train as the second season, which I do. I don't even, I'm just going to be one of those guys and say that Demon Slayer has set like a new standard for like animated anything in the world at all.
Oh my God, you're so basic.
Bro, no.
You're
okay,
so
see,
basic.
and see, both of you bitches are the kind of bitches that you think you're cool if you don't watch anything that like more than 12 people like. Okay. So suck my dick. But that the movie, highest grossing animated movie out of Japan ever. The TV show, I think, is like one of the highest grossing TV show like seasons of a TV show ever. I mean, it's just doing from an economic standpoint, it's really something to behold. Like it's because it's just breaching, like it's doing more than like American movies that are considered the best movies, that like some of our best movies ever.
And those
like it's
fucking
competing.
suck.
Many of them do. Fair, many of them do. But it's competing. It's like it's competing on the world entertainment market. Like it's not as if it's the first, anime to really, blow up. But it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of showing that like it's interesting to watch because like how profitable can that style of movie and TV show become throughout the whole world. And also, that shit was fucking good. Let me tell you, that shit was badass, bro. It was just badass. Like, every second is fucking suspenseful. The battles are fucking well thought out. It's not like one of those typical anime battles where it's like you got 3 people against 3 people, and then they all split off into pairs and they have separate battles. Like, the battle that consumed the half of the last half of that season, there was like 2 demons, 4 fucking demon slayers, and there's attacks going, like, bleeding into other battles and shit. They have to like keep changing targets depending on the state of the battle. Like, it's put together in like such a beautifully orchestrated way. It really is. And it's all because the demons are, they die when you cut their head off. So like every battle is leading up to the same moment, and somehow every single battle they manage to put that moment off in a way that's even more suspenseful than the last one, and just to make you want it that much more. And then when you finally get the head chopping, it's like always more satisfying than the last one. It's like
I will say every episode of that season, I was like, why is it over? You know what I mean?
Yeah, same. So you watched it?
Yeah, but like it ended like ages ago.
Yeah, season 3? Yeah, at this point it was like a few weeks.
Yeah, and I've just been kind of sitting around with my dick in my hands because the next anime season isn't starting yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be I can't wait for next year. I think next year is when the next season's coming out. But yeah, I agree. Every episode I was like, damn, I can't wait for the next fucking episode. Like, it's just so hype. They're really good at leaving you on the cliffhanger.
Yes, I will say Demon Slayer was really good, and it does set a new bar. But I don't know if it's a new standard, because the rest of the season, like the rest of winter 2022, is so mid. It's so mid that it would say, yeah, no, Demon Slayer didn't do shit to set a new bar. If anything, it stands out because everything else this season's dog shit. Apart from maybe
it will take time. Like, the other studios are gonna have to try to figure out what the fuck UFO Table did to make it so good. Like, it's gonna take time for it to bleed.
Here's the funny thing about UFO Table: they are really passionate about their projects. They're very talented at what they do, and they're working off of an amazing source material. So it's like literally the fucking wombo combo for a good show.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. And part of it is definitely like the stars align type deal. I mean, God, I don't know. It's just it's just phenomenal, and the storytelling is actually really good. Like, for such a simple, it's like a deceivingly simple setup. You got good guys, bad guys. Bad guys die when you cut their head off. It's like very simple, but
I will say I'm more drawn to the aesthetic, because every time the new season comes back, I'm drawn back into like how it feels, like the aesthetic they're drawing for Demon Slayer. It's not just like it's the same thing as like, oh, it's like the ancient Japan. It looks airy and floaty, but there's a weight to characters and how they move and how the sounds report.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
You're right about that. Like, the tone of it is just like solid. I mean, I think that's because, like you said, they just put so much into it as a studio. There's so much attention to detail that it is just like it's almost like a perfectly composed classical song where like all the beats are just hitting when they need to hit. You know what I mean? It's just fucking solid. Fucking solid. And too much crying. My only complaint, too much fucking crying. It's like, because the whole last episode was bitches crying. That was the whole last episode. I kind of kept fast forwarding. I was like, okay, I get it. But man, it's amazing. Also, I don't know, have you been watching Attack on Titan?
No.
Dude, for a nerd like
I heard
me,
it's going down. I heard all of a sudden Aaron's the bad guy.
Well, I mean, it's kind of up to interpretation. He has decided to destroy the entire world. But you kind of get it. You get it a little bit. The entire world is trying to destroy him and his people. So,
So counter racism.
Well, it's very equal. I kind of admire it because it's like, I almost feel like it's like social justice. Like, he's taking care of everybody besides his own race. But he's not focusing in on one race. It is, the more I describe it, it does sound very Hitlerian. But yeah, it's badass, man. He fucking so you know the setup. It's like this. What they thought was society is on this island surrounded by 3 ginormous walls. It turned out all the ginormous walls. The walls are made out of colossal titans, which are like the rest of the titans, but big as fuck. And he just basically got a power up and woke all them bitches up. And so now he's sending like tens of thousands of like 600 or like 300-meter tall giants to just stomp the rest of the world to dust. It's the most masturbatory, like ridiculous, like it's just so very much like on brand. I feel like for anime, you know, everybody knows one of the things you go to for anime is some crazy shit that you've never seen before, and they're giving it to us.
I'm not gonna, dude. Every time like I see Attack on Titan mentioned for this last season, I'm like, I'm getting Death Note vibes from this. You know,
it is getting a little bit like the it's giving you something to think about, most definitely. Not only is it cool as fuck, but it is giving you like when you really imagine yourself in Aaron's position with all of the things that affected how the characters become. You kind of are like, I don't know, maybe if I was in his position, I would also do what he's doing right now, which is crazy because what he's doing is obviously morally bad. But it's like you get it, you know. It's really it's achieving one of the greatest things about fiction, which is where like really great fiction, in my opinion, like it's best at like allowing you to have conversations about real life, but like having those conversations within this fictional world, which in some ways makes them easier to have. But like really good fiction really does get you thinking about like life and morality and society, and like that shit, it's doing it. It's doing it.
It's like Braveheart.
Yeah.
It's not like Braveheart.
It's so funny that I use that Braveheart example and you won't let it go because I haven't even seen that movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that's great that you haven't seen it. It would have.
I've heard many synopses of why it's a great story.
I mean, it would have been
Mel Gibson.
It would have been worse for you if you would have seen it because historically, it is not accurate at all.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but you know, it's like. You know, history, you kind of got to believe in history if it's not true.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, he's right. History is a figment of our imagination. Nothing was before 1998.
Oh.
No, that's not what I mean.
I thought you were a Last Thursdayist.
A Last Thursdayist?
Nothing, yeah, where nothing in the world existed before last Thursday, and then everything came to be, and then you just, yeah. It's an argument for relativism that
it's true.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
This was a great episode.
Good job, boys. Thank you, everybody, for coming to my Anime TED Talk.
I'm Ass.
And I'm Nose.
And I'm Ted Cruz, the Zodiac Killer.